Welcome to your another class related to the past tense. And as I said in the previous class that we complete the leftover two categories of the past tense in this class. Now in the previous class we have studied simple past and past continuous tense. Now here we have to go for the past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. Here past perfect like present perfect. Past perfect is also refers to the action that took place in the past and shows the sequence of the events. Like in the present we have like just now what happened. In the past what had happened for the past perfect. In the present perfect just now what happened, and in the past somewhere in the past what had happened. So and they show the sequence. To understand or to recognize, there is a tip for you to, like in the past perfect we can get before or after. These two words can be used to indicate the sequence. If they are using if they are in the some past tenses are there in the sentence, you can get an idea easily that this particular sentence belongs to the which category? To the past perfect tense. Now we'll take the example first. My friend had completed the homework. My friend had completed the homework before. Here before. Now had completed. In the past, in the present perfect tense we have used have or has. Now here for all, for the first person, second person and third person, singular and plural. For all we have to use had. So it's quite easy to understand and to remember. My friend had completed the homework. What my friend had done? Completed the homework before I went to his room. Before I went is the past tense. Before we are adding here, and that can make it very easy for you to understand this is the past perfect tense. So my friend had completed the homework in a certain you can say the event which had happened in the past. When I went into his room, when I went to the room or to his room, I found him already completed his homework. So that was the meaning, and we use had with the complete past form of the verb to denote the past perfect tense. Like here completed, had completed. Okay. Now next is the journalist had left after the MD reached the office. The journalist had left the spot or left. He went away, he left. When he had left? When the MD reached the office. When the MD arrived or reached the office, the journalist had left the place. So that is actually interrelated, or you can say interrelation of the sentences. Like when he went to his room, he found this one. This shows a sequence, one then the another. Here also the same. When the journalist left the place, when MD reached the office or MD arrived at the office, then the journalist had left. So they are interrelated, and we get an idea by seeing before and after that this is actually, and not only before and after, when we see this had also denotes that we are actually reading or finding the sentences which are past perfect tense, which are in the past perfect tense. This is not difficult if you try to get that, and mostly this is not used more in the conversations. We use more past, simple past or the present tenses more in the conversation, but while writing this is counted. While writing any essay or writing something related to the posters and some presentations or something when you are writing. If suppose any question was there, I hope you have done in your 10th class diary entries. So the diary entries, actually when you write down in the diary, when you enter any event in the diary when already it had happened. So while writing and all, you need this tense to be understood very clearly. Because many of the students would ask me the question like, we don't use in the normal conversation. Yeah, that's true. In the conversation we don't use it, but while talking to each other during the interaction, we rarely use this one. But while writing, there is a need. So this is a necessity for understanding the sequence of the actions, especially when you are referring to any action which has been done in the past. What is that actually past perfect? It refers to the action that took place in the past and it shows the sequence. As I said, that is the action. This is the action. Had completed the homework is the action. And it is showing the sequence. What is the sequence? Went to his room. Here, this is the action. The journalist had left. This is the past action. This is showing the sequence when it had happened. Okay, so this is the past perfect tense. Now we'll move to the past perfect and continuous. Complete past perfect continuous tense. Like you remember in your present tense, present perfect tense, we have used the present perfect. What we use? Have. Okay, have or has. Now in past we are using, in the past perfect, had for all. Okay, here we have used have or has for related according to the requirement. Like for this singular third person we have to use has, whereas for the others we can use have. But in the past perfect, for all we have to use had. Here, in the present perfect continuous tense, what you have used? Have been. Now here, in the past perfect continuous tense, you have to use had plus been. Had been. These are simple things which you have to keep it in mind. Had been and have been or has been, both. Have or has been. This is in the present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense, we have to use has or have been. Here we have to use in the past perfect continuous tense had been. It is used to show two actions. Two actions in the past. Two actions. Here relation of the action. One action when it had happened. Now here two actions of the past. One is showing the duration and the other is showing the completion. Like here, and in other words we can say that the action which started in the past and ended in the past. Start and end in the past. Past perfect continuous is started and ended in the past. This is the simple way you can try to understand. Started and ended in the past. So here first example is being given, like in present continuous, present perfect continuous, we have got an idea like something which is started in the past and which continued till today. Okay, till like in the present. But here the action which is started and ended both in the past. Now he had been playing cricket. Someone, he had been playing cricket since he was a boy. We use normally since more over here and many things for this, for, since in the past tense or past perfect continuous tense. He had been playing cricket since he was a boy but gave it up later. Now from here you can understand the perfect tense has gone into the action, but gave it up later when he took up a job. Okay, he was doing this action, duration. When the duration was there, he was a boy. He had been playing cricket since he was a boy, but gave it up later when he took a job. Now that means this ended. He was playing, now it ended. The action was started in the past and now it has been completely ended. There is nothing to be continued in the present. Both are related to the past. Here next is, the murderer had been holding the knife for 5 minutes. The murderer had been holding the knife for 5 minutes. When the police entered the room, already it had happened. When the police entered the room, the murderer already had been holding the knife. For how many minutes? For 5 minutes. So it was all happened in the past. When you translate this into your own mother tongue, you can get an idea that this type of sentences, or you can say this type of the tense we use in our mother tongue mostly. When you want to say something related to your early school days or any of the function which you had like any bad experience or good experience in any of the function or festival you had gone through, you wanted to discuss it out. And how do you discuss? At that time it had happened. Now it is not happening. It had happened long back and it has been finished there. It had been completed and it is totally finished. But still you are saying this one. Here the same. Already completed, already happened, but discussing it out. Okay. So when we, like in the past perfect and past perfect continuous, simple difference is that here it shows the action as well as the sequence of the event, when it had happened also. Shows the action, that action being completed, both are past tenses. The action, how the action being completed and when it had happened. Here it shows the action started and ended both in the past, but it shows the duration and completion. Like had been holding. If suppose we have to get this sentence here, means the thief or the murderer had hold it. Okay, not holding. It would be completed over here. Oh, sorry, not hold it, it should be held. The murderer had held the, what is that here, knife. The murderer had held the knife for 5 minutes when the police entered the room. So here the last part could be, both of them are having the similarity. Last part, completion, ending. But here main thing is that shows the how the action was being happening. So here completed, over at that time, reminding that it was completing at that time, because we had the one word over here as continuous. Continuous tense, whenever it comes, we would have to remember that we have to get the ing format, that is jiran. With that we can get an idea that okay, this is continuous tense, this is the perfect tense. Okay, so in the next class we'll go ahead with the practice of few sentences related to both the continuous as well as the perfect tenses of the past. Okay, so I hope you can copy down this one, get ready for that. In the next class we'll get some more practice for that. By the time, take care, have a nice day.